the holidays are right around the corner. Isn't that weird to say? I think it is. Thanksgiving really sneaking up on us here. My family was asking about plans over the weekend, and I said, my goodness, that is, once we hit the work week here, it is next week, which is pretty crazy. So. And then, of course, it all kind of hit me at once this year. It was very strange. I did that. I went into Starbucks and got my morning coffee, and the Christmas music was playing, and the red cups were out, and I don't know. It all just happens very quickly. There you go. But the holidays are just about here, and it's starting to feel like it weather-wise, too, because this is, I don't know, I was just thinking driving in, if this was snow, how bad this would be. But it is getting colder, and it is ugly. It's rainy and all that stuff, so it's been a bad day. It does not look like a great week overall, actually. I made sure a couple guys from work wanted to get out and play a little golf yesterday, and I said, you know what, it's a kind of a beautiful afternoon, and who knows how many of these days left we're gonna have, and I said, let's get out there and play some golf. So we did that yesterday afternoon, and even like last night that we went out at like noontime, 4 p.m. temperature. You could just feel it starting to drop. So it is that time of year. Terrible commute today for a lot of you to work, I know. The roads were bad, and I think it will be, well, I don't know. It's kind of silly to say it will be a little bit better for you on the way home. I mean, it won't be raining on the way home. I can't tell you if your commute's going to be better because, well, the traffic is just really bad around here. I think that's part of the reason why we did not get the Amazon deal, Boston. I don't know if you saw that today. Amazon's going to split its next headquarters between New York City and Virginia, Northern Virginia, and Boston was one of the finalists for that. That would have been a pretty big deal if Amazon came to Boston. From a jobs and economic perspective, I know Boston Mayor Marty Walsh was a little bit disappointed that Amazon's not coming, but I do think a big part of that. I just saw Congressman South Moulton, North Shore Congressman, tweet, you know, he knows exactly why Amazon didn't come here, and it's because of the lack of funding into the infrastructure. And well, you're driving around here, so I don't know. It makes sense. The MBTA's got a lot of problems. But you know, who knows why they didn't come there? I don't think they gave exactly their reasons. But anyways, congratulations to New York and Virginia for that. They will get the Amazon deals. Sports front, Celtics struggling. They had a terrible West Coast trip, 1-4. Bruins playing pretty well. They won again the other night. They're cooking pretty well. And the Patriots, of course. Patriots, have you ever seen a 7-3 team that leads the AFC East that is taking more heat than the New England Patriots right now? I know there's a lot to be worried about. They don't necessarily look like Super Bowl contenders with a struggling Tom Brady right now and all that, but I don't know. They are 7-3. Let's relax a little bit. Still November. And anyway, while we're talking football, we have a great show today. We get the Amesbury football guys in. I hear the whole city of Newburyport go, ooh, the Newburyport guys aren't in, Amesbury's in. Of course, getting ready for the big Thanksgiving game. Again, just a little more than a week away. Nice of these guys to take some time out of their day and come on the show. We get the Amesbury captains and their head coach in the house. So I'm very excited about that. On that note, why don't I get out of the way? We'll get them situated in here. Sometimes tough to get a big group like that situated. So Tyler Neufeld, the producer, going to do his work here in just a moment. We'll get these guys in here, and then we'll have a nice little interview with the guys from Amesbury football in just a moment ahead of the Thanksgiving game. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at Joppa Afternoon Drive. That's not the handle. That is not the handle. It's at Joppa Afternoons. At Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. Follow us there. Pictures, stay interactive, ask questions, do whatever you want to do, all that good stuff. So keep it here. My name's Drew Moholland. David Kramer on the TV production side. Thank you, sir. Again, Tyler on the radio side. We'll be back with the Amesbury guys in just a moment. Keep it here. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio.
tonight and I'm checking out, looking for a place to party. So I jump into my ride and I hit the road, 'cause there's only one place to go, down to the nightclub. Oh, the women be rocking and pretty, down to the nightclub. Oh no, bump, 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 bump city, sitting by the dance floor, checking it out, sitting the band, getting nasty. See the hip and they got the back room, they got the big old attitude, down to the nightclub. Oh, lifty bumping, ring like the bump at the nightclub. Oh, the people be bumping, bump city. Yeah, the doors be jumping, bump city. Yeah, the band be humping, bump city. Sing and the band be bumping, band be bumping. Oh, the people be jumping. Rabbits on the floor and the trip up the slope, the party gets so hard. I hope it doesn't show and the jumping down the road that I had too much to drink, down to the nightclub. People back to drink out the most at the nightclub. Woo-hoo. Down to the nightclub. Bump, bump, bump. Down to the nightclub. Slick, slick, slick. Down to the nightclub. Bump, bump, to bump. Down to the nightclub. You got the motion, we got the notion, the nightclub. Woo! Down to the nightclub. Bump, bump. Down to the nightclub. Down to the nightclub. Down to the nightclub.
All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Show already off to an interesting start. I asked the Amesbury young guys here, the football boys, if they, I don't even know how it come up. Oh, Jacob Hamill is here in the back left. You can wave Jacob, say hello. But I thought he said Jacob Dillon, who's the lead singer of the Wallflowers. This is how these things go sometimes. We just get off track. And none of these guys knew who the Wallflowers are. So during the commercial break, which ended up being about 30 seconds longer than it probably should have been, I just played the song for them. And yes, don't worry, folks. They all know the song One Headlight by the Wallflowers. So we're okay. We're not all that old. So the kids, there's still hope for the youngsters here. How we doing, everybody? Good to see you all. The Amesbury football guys are in, a bunch of you guys. So I'm going to tell you guys, when you go to speak, just grab the mic. You can't break this thing and pull it towards you. Just like a football, grab it and hold on to it, that sort of thing. Let's introduce you guys first. We got back row here, Jacob Hamill, hello, left, started the old Wallflowers conversation. Noah Katrupi, got that one right, okay, good. Austin Hallisey, doing good so far. Matt Chiavelli in the middle. Wrong? Chevelle?
No, Shibelli.
Shibelli with a B.
Yeah.
Ooh, wrote it wrong. Wow, more of a hearing problem than a speaking problem, okay. Matt Shibelli. And Coach Colin McQueen. How are you guys?
Great.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. Busy time for you guys with the Thanksgiving game just ahead. Can you believe it's here? Who wants it first? Coach. There, let Coach start it up. There you go.
I think. No, obviously, it's been a long time coming. This is one that 2 years ago when I first got the job, we circled this one on the calendar right away. And, since the last one ended last year, we've been thinking about it. So we're very, very excited.
There you go. You guys all seniors? We got a bunch of captains in here. Is that the deal? Mm-hmm. You guys are the D4 captains?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. How about that? Very cool. So this is always an emotional day for you guys. Who's the guy that's going to speak to that first? Big day. They all look at each other. Matt Chiavelli, since we said your name wrong, you're up first, my friend. What does Thanksgiving mean to you? Big day? Ah, there you go. Pass it on.
I'll take over. All right. So last year wasn't obviously that great, so I wanted to make it this year, make it a lot better, and it's more important because it's at our field, which is nice and special to all us seniors last game.
Yeah, hosting Thanksgiving is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it
You guys
is.
expecting a big crowd and all that?
Yeah, I love it.
How about this rivalry? It's never dull.
Yeah, it's always something great and something new every year. But I love it.
You guys have played some crazy games in recent years too, haven't you? If I remember correctly. Yeah. You guys have been a part of those, right? You guys are senior captains,
Yeah.
so I think what was the overtime game? Was that what was that 2 years ago?
These guys.
That
was the last one at Newburyport. That was when they were freshmen.
Okay.
yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Were you guys on the sideline for that, or?
Won their sophomore year as well.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, I thought you were growling. I thought you had something to say back there, Noah. So what's it like taking the field though for Thanksgiving Day? Is it literally a different feel out there? Go ahead, Noah. Noah's itching back there. You're not going to break the microphone. Don't worry.
It's just a really big day for all of us. Last game of the season, something really to look forward to. It'll be our last games, all of us seniors together playing. So I think it's just going to be a real special day for everybody.
Jacob, you're back there. Jacob, you're in you don't seem to be in great shape back there. I think you got a big cast on your right leg. What's going on back there, Jacob? Grab the microphone for me, too, if you can get it as close as you can.
I tore my ACL and meniscus in the second game, so I had to have it surgically repaired.
You poor guy.
For the rest of the season.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
You're getting around okay?
Yeah.
That's good.
Better.
That's a bad injury.
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
I planted my right leg and just it stayed, and the rest of my body flopped over it. And
Yeah.
Not good.
Second game, huh? Did you know it right away?
No.
No.
I thought I just sprained it, and then we went to get MRIs, and they said we tore my ACL. And
Really?
meniscus, yeah.
Wow, you thought you sprained it?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's not that uncommon with that, right? Don't people just kind of
Yeah.
they go down, they kind of hope it's nothing big, but yeah, so not the case. Well, that's too bad. That's a big cast too. You get around pretty good with it though. Do you have to use the crutches or?
Right now, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a week or two I'll be walking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No.
All right, and then you're gonna when can they get you jogging and all that stuff? Do they know?
I'm pretty sure they said I can play a sport in April
Okay.
or March.
Do you have other sports going on?
No, I normally play just football. I was a football guy. So.
Just football.
Yeah.
All right. Flag football coming up in the. Very good. We'll get better, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Has it been tough watching these guys from the sidelines? I know that's.
I mean, it's tough, but it's great to see them win, obviously, and just trying to provide as much as I can from the sideline.
Coach, what's it like as a coach to? I know you hate seeing a senior go down. There's really got to be no worse feeling for a coach than seeing that. You remember playing in sports and all that stuff. It's senior year is the one where you want to finish strong and.
Yeah, and having been around the sport, you've obviously seen you see your fair share of injuries. But when Jake went down, that was a big blow for us. Obviously in the moment, seeing him go down and then having to kind of fill his spot on the field. But the thing that I think as a coaching staff that hurt us the most in seeing him was that we knew how much he mattered to the team and then how much he put in the offseason. All four of these guys did. That's why they were elected captains by their peers. But Jake especially, we were very, very excited to see what he was going to do on the field this year. And seeing him go down that way was I think he took the news probably better than me and some of the coaches took it.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid, and like he said, he's been there for the team the entire time, and has been beaming with pride from the sideline and watching some of the young guys step up and into his spot and see how they play. But obviously not something you want to see, especially to a kid that deserves to be out there as much as Jake.
Right. Did you try to or have you tried to get him still make use of him on that sidelines? Because there is a lot he can probably teach those young guys that are trying to jump in there, right?
Definitely. And I still joke with him every week. I check with him, see if he's going to be ready to go. It's just me holding out hope, the eternal optimist. But it's one of those things that he hasn't wavered in the leadership role, and he's stayed around and done everything that we've asked of him and more, and been a great role model for these young guys.
Yeah, I remember I had some bad, not myself, but I was around some bad injuries at high school sports, and it's very easy as a high school kid to just kind of tune out and go away for the season, right? And go play video games or do whatever else you're doing.
What you do is not easy every day. The time commitment is very serious, and when you don't have a piece of that glory being on the field on Friday nights, it can be tough to be motivated to show up. And there was never a moment of pause in Jake's mind. I know that, and he's been there throughout. So that's been awesome.
Well, that's cool, Jacob. Good for you, man. Let's do positions real quick, just to know what do you play there, Matt?
I play offensive and defensive tackle.
All right. You, Austin?
I play tight end and linebacker.
All right. Noah?
And I play center and nose guard.
All right. We got some big guys in the room. And Jacob, what were you?
I was a guard and linebacker.
All right. So wow, you had some offensive line issues with him going down then. But but so you guys, so what's the you guys have any? Who are the guys that are quarterback and carrying the ball? Who's making the plays? You guys are doing all the tough work.
I think
Except for you, Austin, you're making some catches as a tight end. You guys a tight end? You focus a lot of the offense around the tight end.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, that's the closest thing to a receiver we got. We play double tight.
You're running the football, are you?
Backfield, so we do, and we throw an array of backs at these guys. And there's a lot of guys who have gotten varsity touches for us this year. But the two primary halfbacks that we play with are Pat Birmingham and Jacob Robinson, both seniors as well. And from the fullback position, our senior guy who you'll see on Thanksgiving is Jared Benevento, and then we got Hayden Ayotte and Brady Dorr. Brady Dorr has dealt with a little bit of injury this year, but really bright future for that kid. He's a sophomore with tremendous speed. But those guys have made it happen in the backfield. Logan Burrell had a couple plays last game, and he was kind of limited in his offensive role coming into last week throughout the season, but he's earned more trust throughout the year and is just a freak athlete. He had a day, but Blake Bennett under center. He's been the guy for us there.
Is he a hockey guy too?
He's a hockey guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he is. Can't miss him. Tall redhead. He looks even bigger on skates. So you cannot miss the kid. But all those guys in the backfield, they've done a tremendous job. And Austin at the tight end position, Troy Martin, another senior at the tight end position, has found a way to catch a lot of touchdown passes over the top of people. Does a great job selling run and getting through his block release.
Pop a big pass.
And then getting behind everybody. So. It's been great.
Nice. What did you guys finish the season at? They're going into Thanksgiving.
So going into Thanksgiving, we're 8-2.
It's a big year for you guys.
Our first loss was at Hamilton Wenham, and that was a very good team. And they went pretty deep into the playoffs as well, as deep as we did in their division. But that was one of those games where we just didn't necessarily handle the adversity the way that we would handle it now. And I think we had to grow as a team, and we did that day, and it helped us in the following week take down a very, very talented Ipswich team that was undefeated at the time. And we've really rolled with that momentum since. Yeah. Until we met a great team in Swampscott on Saturday. And
they're good.
That was a heck of a game. I mean, that's ultimately, I think, our guys earned a lot of respect. We didn't come out on top as we wanted, but our guys earned a lot of respect being able to play with those guys and match them offensively.
It's Big Blue. That's a football powerhouse. They were
some real good tradition down there.
They used to be. Are they still NEC?
Yes.
I was a Danvers guy, and they used to when I was growing up before high school. We stopped playing them when I ended up going through, but they used to beat up on the whole NEC for a while. Austin, what's when you finish a season like this? I mean, obviously you get the one game left, but you guys got to be thrilled to go out with a season like this, 8-2. You make a tournament run, and it's just nothing better, right? Finishing strong like that.
Yeah. Obviously, last year we didn't have that much of a great record. We were like 2-9, I think, end of the season.
Yeah, what a turnaround, huh?
So yeah, we bounced right back around when our first 3 or 4 games was it. Then lost to Hamilton Wenham, obviously, and then went to the finals against Swampscott, and unfortunately came out with the loss.
Did you guys know you had something last year at 2-9? Sometimes you have a 2-9, but you're like, we are not a 2-9 team. We feel better than 2-9. Did you know you had something, or was it really like it took complete turnaround?
Well, we only had about like 3 or 4 seniors, so most of our
last year.
Yeah, last year. So most of our players were sophomores and juniors. So I mean, we were all right, but this year I definitely knew that we were going to do so much better.
Some guys did some quick growing up though, huh? It seems, and had some big years.
Yeah.
How about you, Noah? Did you guys feel better than 2-9 last year? Or?
Yeah, we were definitely a young team, and when you take that into consideration, the future is looking really good.
Yeah.
So we wanted our senior year to be different and break the habit of, like, the records the last few years haven't been that great.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be different, and
there you go.
off-season work and just everyone putting everything they've got into the program.
That was interesting. You mentioned the future's bright right there. Did you guys actually take a lot of pride in that? This is the start of something new here, and you guys are going to go off to college and hopefully leave a nice little program behind here for Coach McQueen.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing for you guys.
Yeah, it's a really good group of guys, the underclassmen on the team right now, and it's just kind of feels like your duty to leave them with a good program and for them to be built for success, and just basically teach them how to be successful on and off.
And some of these guys must have stepped up and played real roles. I mean, you guys aren't loaded with seniors. I mean, how many more seniors are there besides who's in this room?
We have 13 total. 13.
All right. Well, actually, that is a lot of seniors for a squad. But you must have some young guys playing big roles, which is pretty cool as well. Coach, you said you were 29, right?
Yeah.
So are you the youngest coach in the conference or in the league?
Jeez, I don't know. I haven't really checked that, but I think I might
think you
be.
are. Yeah, I think I would have to double check that myself. But I think you must be. This will be your second Thanksgiving Day game, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So all right. So whole different vibe. What do you do? How do you get these guys ready at 11 a.m.? Is it 11 or 10?
10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
kickoff.
Jeez.
Right. But I'll tell you what.
No curfew rules. You need to do that with these guys, or what?
These guys know what type of responsibility they have, and that's like what Noah was just saying about teaching these young guys the way to do things. These guys have been great all year in doing the right thing and showing the young guys the way. And frankly, I knew it back in June, and probably before that in the winter when they were lifting. We knew that we had some real special type of leaders here that were ready to take on the challenges of leading a football team, which is obviously not an easy task. And they do a great job of just showing the guys, what we do is special, what we do is important, and sometimes to get to where you want to go, there are some sacrifices, and that may mean getting home early and getting to bed and taking care of yourself in ways that the normal civilian wouldn't, Yeah.
Yep. Matt, when I say Newburyport football, what are you thinking to yourself here besides that little smile that you just gave me?
I'm just excited for Thanksgiving. I want to go out with a bang.
There you go. What are these games like with these guys? It's tough to say they're extra physical because you guys go out there and you're running the ball on every team trying to be as physical as you can every day. But is there a little extra something for when you're playing those guys?
Oh yeah, definitely. I know they're gonna come out with their A game, and we just have to be prepared and not. Oh, I was gonna swear.
Yeah, no swearing. Number one rule. That's our only rule, Tyler. I think, right? No swearing. How important to what's the key though? You guys want to get a lead on these guys and start early, right out of the gate on your home field, get the crowd involved, or?
The goal is to get the crowd hyped within the first 5 minutes.
There you go.
We're just gonna keep on rolling.
There you go. So get an early lead. There you go. Austin, how about you? What's the key for Thanksgiving?
I just think we have to know everyone's responsibilities and what we have to do. We got to execute, and then everyone just has to stay up even if we're down and just keep playing.
Yeah. Is it weird for you guys playing a 10 a.m. football game? I mean, I know you guys are practicing usually after school. You got, you guys are mostly Friday night games, right? Yeah. So it really does throw your routine completely.
Yeah, a little bit. We've had 2 Saturday games, so they've been at, I think, 12 was the Swampscott game, and then was the Hamilton Wyndham game at 10? Oh, was that 1? All right. Well,
close.
9, but I mean,
he was ready to go at 10.
I mean, we're ready at any time. So
there you go. Well, yeah, it'll be cool. Not a pageantry with this game. I remember I remember even Thanksgiving in my hometown. You get the grandparents out there who haven't had kids in the program for decades, but they all show up, and it's a pretty cool feeling. How many Thanksgiving games for you guys now? This is your third or third real game on the team.
Yeah.
Most of you guys there are sophomores. Cool. What's the Jacob? What's the plan for you Thanksgiving Day? Are you gonna be making phone calls in the morning trying to settle these guys down, or what?
Well, you gotta obviously make sure that the sophomores and juniors, it could be their first Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, worry about those young guys. That's a good idea.
Make sure they're
You should just make him an assistant coach. I think that'll work for.
We've talked about getting a whistle. Yeah.
Yeah, a whistle. Yeah. Too much power. Be abusing it, maybe. Sorry, but keep going.
I was just saying, we gotta make sure they have the right state of mind. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have the plan. They just gotta execute.
Do you remember being a young guy on that field for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
It can be a little. You want to be within yourself, right?
It's a little intimidating at first, but I feel like once you get that first play, you're doing good, and you can just keep rolling.
What's your advice? What are you going to tell these young guys? You're going to breathe or what?
Take a deep breath,
Yep.
hit the first person, and then you're good.
Oh, that helps. Just get a big hit in there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably good advice. Take a deep breath and hit the first guy you see. Hopefully in the right color uniform there. Again, we're joined here by the Amesbury football squad. We got you guys can wave when I say your name here. We'll just let everybody associate the face with the name. Jacob Hamill, top left. Noah Katrupi, Austin Hallisey, Matt Chabelli, and Coach Colin McQueen. Thank you guys again for coming in. You guys got an off day here. Coach gave you guys an off day. You appreciate that? Few off days in a row here before we gear up for Thanksgiving week of practice? Austin, you gave a quick yes. You can grab the mic and explain how much you appreciate the off day. Say thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
No problem, Steve.
Is this something you guys need this time of year? Like I was actually just listening to a couple of the Patriots talk about how their bye week right now comes up at like the perfect time. Those guys have been playing a similar, schedule. They start about the same time you do as far as games go, and it's like they are just beat up as can be. Obviously a different level, but you guys probably feeling a similar thing. End of the season, you guys probably got some injuries. You got one guy in a full-blown cast back here. It's and I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff that we don't even know about. But a good time for a few off days. Is that about right?
Yeah, we're a little dinged up, but not much, so we're ready.
Everybody hurt this time of year? You gonna give me that line?
No.
No.
Everybody.
Yeah, it really is. It is true, though. Coach, what has been the best part about this team that if you're just watching from the stands, you don't really know? What's the thing you've seen as a coach?
And we talk to them all the time about it and the importance of what we're doing in high school football. And the wins have been great this year. The impact on the community is obvious, and they've come out. The bandwagon is full, man. It's been great, and the congratulations that these guys and the accolades these guys have earned is more than deserved. But the biggest thing for me is just seeing them grow as young men and being with them every day. The times in the locker room are the times I remember from when I played in high school.
Yep.
That's what I tell them all the time. Cherish that stuff, and that those moments are fleeting, and you don't get those back. So they're enjoying being around each other, and we as a coaching staff love these guys. They're the absolute best. This group of 13 seniors there's none better. So we just try to enjoy it every day and push them, and hopefully by the end of this all, they'll be better men than they were when they came in, and if that happens, then mission accomplished.
There you go. Very nice. I'm having Coach Stalin on. I'm sure you guys know that name he's the old Newbury coach,
yeah.
Coach here for decades, and a bit of a legend in the whole league. But he's not even sure how old Coach Stalin is now, but he looks. He's retired for many years. He looks great. He comes in. He's going to come in Thursday, and he's got great Thanksgiving Day stories. But one thing that stuck with me is, like I said, he's decades and decades ago was his first team, and he remembers his first group of guys like it was yesterday. And something about that for a coach, right? You'll never forget these guys, your first good job at Newburyport, and you'll never forget that first group that helped you build it, right?
No, really, yeah. That's and the impact is lasting. And we told those guys last year, that what they did, like these guys told you, it was a very, very small group of seniors last year, but a very impactful group, and what they did in times where it would have been easy to question what we were doing.
Yeah.
They stayed with the fight, and they believed in what we were doing, and what we've seen this year from this group is their ability to redefine themselves, and that can be really tough at any point in life to just define yourself, but to redefine yourself is even more of an accomplishment, and these guys have just believed that they're great at every moment, even when a lot of people said we weren't.
Yeah.
And you believe something hard enough and you work towards it, eventually it can come to fruition, and these guys have done that, I think.
There must be no better feeling as a coach to go 2-9 that first year, saying, man, I think we're teaching the right stuff. I just hope they're getting it. And then they come back around and put up an 8-2 season the next year, and then you kind of go, they got it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we believed really hard all the way.
A long off season, was it?
I thought, as a coaching staff, we really felt like we had a solid plan going in, and we knew that we were going to stick to it, and we knew that if we stayed with it and we perfected what we were doing, it wouldn't happen overnight, and it certainly didn't. But we knew that if we stayed with it and we got really good at what we do, we'd be all right, and that's happened this year.
Excellent. Coach Colin McQueen again here. He's got his Amesbury football guys in the house. Matt Chabelli, what's it like playing for Coach? How would you describe him?
Stressful at times.
Are you in the doghouse a lot, Matt?
No, Boomer's my guy. What do you? He took that exercise bike into the locker room the other day.
Oh, we got a guy currently in the doghouse, do we?
No, he's good.
But what's a stressful, but there's got to be a butt there. You're sitting right next to him. Come on.
It's just honestly a lot of fun playing with him. Well, not playing with him. Well, playing for him.
There you go. You guys, he keeps it fun though.
Yeah.
Practices, not a grind. Sometimes.
Honestly, last year, why I think we weren't doing as well as that we thought we were. Everybody coming into practice always dreaded it. This year, we decided just like, you know what? Every day we're just gonna embrace the grind, and that's what we did.
There you go. What's it like playing for Coach Austin Hallisey here?
I think it's Coach always makes practice fun. He's an interesting guy, and
Coach is an interesting guy.
but no, I love playing for Coach. He's came into the program last year, still was defensive coordinator past 2 years, and just being a head coach for this team is for him, and me being a player is just an honor to be a player.
I actually forgot about that part. You were the coordinator too, so that must have made the transition a little bit easier knowing him from years before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Noah agree?
Well, I mean, he was the D-backs coach.
You're an offensive guy?
Only talked to him certain times, but, you know.
You guys just met like a couple hours ago? Or?
Coach always keeps a good line between business and fun, and I respect him a lot, and that's, I think when you are able to respect your coach and have a fun time playing for him, the results are also like
you go 8-2. Yeah, that's how that happens. Jacob, how about you? You have a unique perspective because you've spent probably a lot more time with Coach this year on the sidelines than you ever planned to or wanted to, really. Let's just say it. But
the whole coaching staff is great. I love all of them. They all keep practice fun. Games are fun. You can just I feel like you can have an actual conversation with our coach and ask him anything. If you need help with something, like even school related, he can help you out. We have plenty of people. It's just.
Have you had to have some of those really real conversations over there through your injury? I bet it's probably not a better thing to have than a bunch of football coaches you can trust over there to bounce things off, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, all right. Well, I won't ask for any details on those, but I'm sure they gave you some good advice on the injury front. Let's see what we got. We're fine. We'll do 2 more minutes before we take a break here. How about the what do you guys know about this Newburyport team here before you go in? I know you guys have the better record than these guys this year going in. That hasn't always been the case for your tenure. But really, you just kind of throw the records away for this game, right? Austin, let's start with you. Why don't you grab that mic and bring it this way?
The rivalry between us and Newburyport has always been real tight and always been a great game. So I'm just hoping for a great game this year and just battle.
And I think you'll probably get it. Although you guys are probably hoping you just blow the doors off and make it easy, right? That's good. What's the day like on Thanksgiving? You guys probably planning to do family stuff after the game. Is that what you do? You go battle in the morning and then
have some family and then turkey.
Does a loss on Thanksgiving? I don't mean to be like a downer. I know you've experienced losses, but does it ruin Thanksgiving? Yeah, the quick yes from Matt. I'm going to go right to the guy who gave the quick yes.
After a loss in Thanksgiving, you just don't have any appetite. The turkey just goes to waste.
You're a big guy. You can't find an appetite after that.
No.
No kidding. No turkey for you. Noah?
It's hard eating after any loss.
Wow. Sign that guy up. Gee,
That's why.
that is why you're a captain, my friend. Noah?
Yeah, it's like I've heard coaches saying a lot of other years before games, the turkey tastes a lot better when you win, and it's just.
You want to write that one down, Coach? Already got it. It's in the playbook?
If you win, you're in a lot better of a mood to go see family and stuff. So.
Yeah. The whole family's hoping you win. Coach, same deal. You, I know it doesn't probably ruin your Thanksgiving, but it probably comes pretty close, right?
Yeah, it comes really close. And it takes a lot of hellos from family, and then you got to get through the questions because not all of them make it to the game. Always.
What happened?
And you know once you get that out, but hopefully this year the conversations go a lot better.
There you go.
That's what we're preparing for this week, and. we're hoping to get on the right side of things.
There you go. All right, this is the Amesbury football squad here. We get the captains and Coach McQueen in. You guys got 10 more minutes in here to take a quick break and come back?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, sounds good. So these guys will talk a little bit more football ahead of the big Thanksgiving Day game. These guys got today off. They're back at practice later this week as they get ready for the big Thanksgiving tilt with Newburyport. So I know a lot of you will be making your way to Amesbury for that. These guys are hosting this year for your travel plans on Thanksgiving. Yeah, we'll talk a little more football when we get back. My name is Drew Moholland. Keep it right here. We'll have much more afternoon drive in just a moment.
Accept me, baby. One more day and night now. Whoa, baby. Come on and ride with your daddy. Gonna make everything alright. You wouldn't accept me, baby. One more day and night now. Whoa, baby. Come on and ride with your daddy. Gonna everything all right.
All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Chopper Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Good day to tune in here as it's really nothing good to do outside. It's ugly out. Good day to have an off day from football practice. This is what the Amesbury football guys have. Jacob Hamill, Noah Katrupi, Austin Hallisey, Matt Chabelli, and Coach Colin McQueen from left to right in the house. 4 captains and the coach. Coach, you were just saying you grew up to the north a little bit. New Hampshire guy?
Yeah, just over the border in Exeter. And I was saying, up in New Hampshire, we don't have the Thanksgiving Day games. The season doesn't go that long. Championships get settled the weekend before.
Yeah.
And so I'm familiar with the Amesbury Newburyport game because as a kid, my dad and I would always find a spot somewhere.
Game.
And that one was one that we frequented a few times.
Wow.
So very familiar with it. Yeah, a lot of good tradition there.
That is cool. What's the it's strange for me. I mean, I've lived here my whole life. It would be very weird not having Thanksgiving football, but it really is a very Massachusetts thing, right?
Yeah, it is. A lot of people from New Hampshire, they can't believe that we're playing still.
Yeah,
they're like, your season's still going, and that's traditionally it's always up there. It's if you're a championship team, you play until now. But otherwise you're done.
That's great. Those must be good memories for you though, huh? Coming down with Dad and watching all the finding a good game and then going to see it. Yeah. Is that just football guys loving football? Let's go find some morning football.
Guys loving football. That's it. And a good reason to get out of the house while Mom makes the turkey.
Get back in time for the first NFL game, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So who's the guy, Coach? That's gonna who do you need to have a big game? Who's the guy that has a tough matchup or something in this room right now that you already know looking ahead?
In this room, I mean, the Newburyport does a great job of running the ball, and they spread you out. They run the read option game and the power read. So we're going to have to play disciplined football, and then ultimately football. We always try and talk about how simple the game really is, and people kind of overthink things, but really all it is, and we told these guys before the last game, I talked to my high school coach, legendary guy, Coach Ball. I caught up with him before our game at Swampscott, and he said, very simply, he goes, Coach, it's cat drill. Cat drill is pursuit drill, right? It's just running and tackling. That's what football is, and if we can do that and get multiple hats to the football, I think we're going to be okay. But they get a pretty sophisticated read option game, and they do a good job executing that. So we're going to have to be solid in our discipline.
That's cool. So you've heard from old coaches there, huh? Before your big playoff game.
Great. Yeah, I heard from him. And
did you reach out, or did he reach out to you?
We stay in contact.
You stay in constant, yeah.
And that's a guy. You have a lot of people obviously in football that you look up to through the years, and Coach Ball is definitely one of the guys.
What's his full name? Is he up in New Hampshire?
William Ball, yeah,
okay.
Bill Ball.
Gotcha.
Stadium. He's still coaching up there. Stadium's named after him. It's
wow.
It's not often that happens.
That was your coach at Exeter?
Real legend, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then another guy that reached out to me, Bobby Chesney, who's at Holy Cross now. I played for him in college for a few years and coached with him, and he's just the absolute best. And he reached out with a text too. Busy, obviously, with his season. They're getting a wrap up, I think, this week down at Georgetown.
Nice.
He'll have a big game in his first year at Holy Cross. But hearing from those guys, and that's what it's about, the brotherhood that the sport creates, and the friendships that you can have with coaches after you're done playing for them, and the respect you have for them. That's really what it's always been about for me. And
it's cool they're watching your program, huh?
It was great to hear from them. Yeah.
You guys had a lot of media at that game too. I was the.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys gonna get used to that. I think maybe tell these young guys that's how it is now. Make sure you like all the media attention of these playoff games and everything. That's how it's gonna be.
When we walked in here, this is I think all of our first time in a radio station. We were a little bit overwhelmed by the technology, but it's cool. Man. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool studio. It is. You're one of the better looking football coaches. You got the tie and everything. I mean,
we joke as a staff. We say that we're one of the best looking coaching staffs in America. I talk to my assistants about it all the time. They carry me though. They have to.
There you go. If we're gonna lose, looking good. It's the way it's gonna be. How about the coaching staff? You could name drop a little bit. I know you must trust a lot of those guys.
Best. I'm meeting with 2 of them tonight. We're going to finalize the game plan, and they're really my right hand man, and Ross McClellan and Matt Stemska. Stemmy, I call him kind of my Ernie Adams, like the Ernie Adams to the Bill Belichick, and he does the numbers and he breaks down the film, and the stat sheets that he puts together are incredible, and they've dictated our defensive game plan throughout the year. And if you look at our defensive numbers, we've been pretty solid. Even last week against a very, very high-powered Swampscott team, we're pretty proud of the way our guys played. It was just when you make a tiny mistake against the Big Blue, it goes for like 80 and 6 points, and we've been able to cover up some mistakes earlier in the season. But overall, our guys have played really great, and a lot of that has to do with the game plan and the numbers breakdown there. And the other assistants, Colin Sullivan and Pat Hamilton, the varsity assistants, and the sub-varsity guys are doing a great job jumping in and filling roles as well. But it's a cohesive group. It's a group that I love being around and working with, and they make it enjoyable.
What did you tell these guys after that loss? Because I know you probably got a bunch of devastated seniors and juniors in there, and that's not the easiest thing in the moment, but there's got to be that other part of you that's like, how proud of this group you are. And I mean, you battled one of the state's powerhouses, so
what I told them in that group was how much I love them and how much they've done for this program. And I don't think they'll really fully comprehend what they've done until probably 10 years from now, when they're looking back on it and they're coming back to Thanksgiving Day games and seeing where the program is. But the joy that they bring every day for us, it's like I said, it's hard work. It's a 7-day job as a football coach, and the film breakdown, the game planning, the studying the film, it never stops. And it never feels like you're perfect in anything. There's always something to work on, and it's tiring, and these guys see it. You see the dark circles under my eyes right now. I mean, this time of the year, it gets you. But I could not be more proud of what these guys have done, and they make it worth it, so
yep.
And that's it.
No doubt. Matt, is there any, I mean, this is probably the reason my coach gives you a couple days off here is obviously that was a battle the other day for Swampscott. Is it at all, I think I already know the answer to this, so I probably don't even have to ask it, but is it at all difficult to ramp yourself back up for Thanksgiving first Newburyport after... He's looking at me like, what kind of question is this?
Well, after the game, I was devastated.
Yeah.
The whole bus ride home, and that's all I could think about on the days he gave us off. But it's behind us, and I'm just ready to go.
I thought that might be the answer. How about you, Austin? That all? I mean, it's a tough.
Pretty much, Matt just summed it up for me. Like, obviously, devastating game, battled though, real tough loss, but now it's just all important.
What was that feeling in the locker room as a player? I mean, was it just about as down as you've seen these guys in that locker room? I mean,
definitely. But
was it complete down, or was it like you left it all out there?
Obviously, it was like we were all wicked sad and devastated about that. But like we all know that we gave it our all. I mean, like we tried our hardest, and that's all we could really ask for.
And everybody who's ever played a big game knows that feeling where if you there's games that you lose and there's games that you throw away, but there's also games that you leave it all out there and you just got beat. And that's hopefully how you guys felt after that one. And I know it's been a great season for you guys too. Noah, you ready to? What's your game plan here next few days as you look ahead to Turkey Day football?
I mean, it's all focus and making sure you're doing the right things to get ready for the game.
What are the right things, Noah? What are you doing?
Well, you obviously have to pay attention in practice and listen to everything the coaches have to say.
Very good answer. Excellent room to say that. Yeah.
And just not doing anything that would, school stuff. You have to stay on that too. And it's a lot of stuff that you have to focus on.
A lot going on right now.
Yeah. But it's really exciting, and I think we'll be able to focus enough.
Be a pretty nice holiday season for you guys if you can finish 9-2 with a Thanksgiving win over Newburyport. That would make Christmas go pretty well, huh? I think so. Jacob, what are you going to try? Anything extra you're going to try to do? Obviously, you're going to be on those sidelines as kind of that, extra coach that you've been all season long. But Thanksgiving in particular, you said you're going to talk to the young guys a lot pregame. But anything else you can do from the sidelines to really make an impact on this game on your team?
Well, you also have to get the seniors up too, because you got to realize it's your last game playing with everyone. And I know my game was the second game of the season was my last game, but it's these people. Everyone's got to realize this is our last game together. Mostly probably last game of football we'll ever play.
Yep.
Like organized football. So just gotta give it a year all, everything you got.
Austin, is there a piece of you guys, the other guys that have been out there on the field since Jacob got hurt, and let's make this, let's win this one for him, and he's obviously not left you guys. He's been there all season long. It would have been easy. I mean, you probably know him and know he wouldn't do that, but it probably would have been easy to just kind of, I'm not going to make practice today, I got to do something else or whatever. But he's been there all the time, and here he is doing the radio interviews at the end of the year. Like it's pretty cool that he's stuck around like this.
I mean, yeah, obviously he's obviously one of the captains, senior leaders on the team, definitely devoted to the game, and it's just incredible actually how he just keeps pushing through, just all his PT and how he gets around and just comes to practice every day and just doesn't say a word and just deals with it.
I think I'd be laying in bed still, screaming for help. That's you're like the coolest ACL injury I've seen, I think.
He is for real, and I still didn't believe him when he told me that it was torn, and I was like, no, it can't be. You were too cool with it. But as far as like his dedication, these guys, I know they remember it and they're just not thinking of it right now. But the most meaningful thing that I saw was he went in on a Wednesday. Right, he goes in on a Wednesday night, and Jake, you didn't get out of the hospital until late. You texted me like I was already in bed by the time he got home out of the hospital.
Wow.
And when he told me, I said, "When are you going to be back around the team? When can we see you again? We miss you." And he was like, "I'm hoping by Monday they clear me to get there." Friday night, he wheels up to Landry Stadium.
Really?
Okay, and they put him in a wheelchair. Right, we stole a wheelchair from someone's garage. They had a leftover one. He wanted to be there with his teammates, and that type of dedication. And I'll tell you, he's 2 days after the surgery. He's still, he was out of it. He was still on the painkillers, and he's barely getting himself into the stadium, and he's hopping from car to wheelchair. But that type of dedication is what the kid's all about and what he's always been about. And seeing him in that moment was special to me, to see him with his teammates and know that we were going to be there with him, and to have him there with us meant a lot. I know that fired our guys up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys must have been ready to run through a wall after seeing him. Literally, you probably had no wheelchair, right? You weren't expecting to need a wheelchair at, how old are you? How old are you? 18? 18 as a senior? 18 years old. You're not expecting to play in football, and you're not expecting to need a wheelchair the next day. You literally had to find a wheelchair. Where did you end up finding one?
One of our other seniors.
Oh, another senior.
Left over from when was it, 8th grade when he broke his femur?
Yeah.
Seventh grade, one of our guys.
Guy?
Yeah, he broke his femur in youth football, and they had one lying around still.
Kidding.
And then we made some calls, and then they ended up getting it.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's the football program wheelchair. I guess.
Right.
There you go. Hopefully, you won't be needing it too much.
We're hoping.
In years to come. Well, that's a very cool story. And again, as just in the final minute or two here, Jacob, wish you all the best in the recovery. Get back on your feet soon, and it's a pretty cool story. I know these guys will remember how tough you were throughout the year here and battling through that on the sidelines. So actually, let's go start with you. We'll go final thoughts here ahead of the Newburyport game. We'll go start Jacob and just your final thoughts ahead of going into a Thanksgiving with Newburyport, and different perspective from you, obviously. But what comes to your mind first here before this game?
Obviously, we have to go out with our best game, because even though they have a worse record than us, I feel that the Thanksgiving game brings out the best in everybody.
Yeah.
So we have to come out with our best game, and hopefully we come out with the W. Make Thanksgiving great.
Good stuff. Noah, why don't you go next?
Like Jake said, they're going to come out and give us their A game, and they're going to leave it out on the field, and we just have to prepare right and then go out there and give it our all, too.
You're big on preparation. Noah's a big preparation guy. You must like this about him.
He knows what it's about.
Austin?
Oh, yeah, this game is definitely just different than any other regular season game. It's just there's all this hype about Thanksgiving, like Newburyport versus Amesbury. We just got to give it our all and hype all the kids up and just play and just hopefully come out with that win.
Do you have to be careful being too hyped? Is there a level of that? Stay within yourself?
You gotta find your line.
Yeah, there you go. Matt, take it. What did you say, Matt?
You just gotta find your line.
Find your line. Is that what the coach says, or is that a you line?
I got it from college.
You can make it your own. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to keep telling yourself that, like, settle down a little bit? You're a little too psyched up right now, or?
No, I find my line right away, and before we go out there on the field, my job is just to make sure everybody else finds their line.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So you're overseeing things here. Yeah. Good for you. All right. Well, good luck, Matt. And Coach, final thoughts from you ahead of a big Thanksgiving game here.
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, the opportunity to play in front of the home crowd one last time this year.
Yep.
That's going to be special for this group of seniors, and we'll recognize them. It's their senior day, so we'll recognize them before the game, and we're very, very excited for that. But for me, it's about the days leading up to, and everyone sees you on Friday nights or on Thanksgiving Day, on the game days, but a large percentage of our time together is in the film room, in the meeting room, and on the practice field, in the locker room. And I just want these guys to embrace every last second of it, because you don't get those ones back. And I hope they enjoy every minute, and I'll enjoy it with them, because this team will never be the same without them, and we'll certainly remember everything that they've done, because they've laid quite the foundation for years to come.
All right, very cool. Coach Colin McQueen, Matt Chabelli, Austin Hallisey up top, Noah Katrupi, and Jacob Hamill. Guys, the 8-2 Amesbury Indians football squad. Great season from you guys. Congratulations on a great year. Good luck come Thanksgiving. Let's make sure nobody play hard, nobody get hurt. We've done enough of that. But I hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving too, and a great holiday season. Thank you guys so much. First time I've seen all you guys on the show, so it was a pleasure having you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Quick hour, right? Goes by fast.
Oh, yeah.
Very fun. Fastest hour in radio, I say. Tyler doing the radio production side today. Thank you, Tyler Neufeld, and David Kramer on the TV side. Thank you, David, for doing that. Thank you for everybody streaming and watching on YouTube and watching at home, and of course on the radio as well. We'll be back here Thursday. Coach Stalin in the house Thursday. I know that's a big guest for us. I know a bit of a legend here in Newburyport. So Coach Stalin making the journey out here to join us, and looking forward to that on Thursday. Have a great day, everybody. My name's Drew Moholland. Afternoon Drive on Japa Radio.
Laquelle sont le plus chez elle, dans les ondes de la ruelle. Comme la voix des toits des noirs, elle suit les bruits de couloir. Loin du soleil trop éclatant, elle recherche un matou méchant. Bien qu'il soit un mauvais monsieur, il a volé son cœur. La chatte si belle passe la soirée dans la ruelle, couchée au lit l'après-midi, éveillée dans la nuit. Laquelle sont le plus chez elle, les ondes de la ruelle, comme la voix des toits des noirs, elle suit les bruits de couloir. Loin du soleil trop éclatant, elle recherche un matou méchant. Bien qu'il soit un mauvais monsieur, il a volé son cœur.
Turn to your neighbors and turn to your friends. Turn to your family and kiss them, and then turn to the sun and turn to the land. Turn, turn, turn. Shambhala, Shambhala, Shambhala. Shambhala, 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 Shambhala. Turn to the earth and turn to the sky. Turn to your garden and plant your corn high. Turn to the winged ones the animals call. Turn, turn, turn to the all. In the great turn. Shambhala, 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 Shambhala. Great turn. Shambhala, 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 Shambhala. Turn to your heart and turn to your mind. Turn to compassion within sight and find. Turn to community, reach out to care. Turn, turn, turn and share in the great turn. Shambhala, 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 Shambhala. 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 Shambhala,